Hey, and welcome to this week's Thrive. I am Rob Patz.
Jason Webb, and we're ready to rock and roll this morning, right, Rob?
Oh, it's May. Can you believe it's already May?
It has went so fast this year.
It has
Yeah,
gone
I can't believe it.
crazy.
It's incredible, and it's moved so fast, and the older I get in life, the faster it goes. It seems, it's fantastic. It's just crazy how that works, right?
Oh, I agree totally. Hey, I was thinking about this. I was going to ask you this off air before we started.
Yeah.
When you were in school, did you have May Day baskets? Did you do
No,
the
we
whole?
did not.
We didn't either, but other schools did, and I was like, I always felt gypped on that whole
Felt left
situation.
out.
We didn't get to
That's
do
where it
that. And
started,
people
right,
talk
Rob?
about, oh, did you have Mayday basket? Did you leave a Mayday basket for anybody? I'm like, no. The school I went to were, when I was old enough to really think about it. I mean, I first kindergarten through third grade was in Minnesota, and we didn't do it there. Moved to Washington, and there was the only grass out there. Never mind. We're not gonna go there. Never mind. It's legal now, at least.
Wrong show for that one, Rob.
Yes. Oh, but hey, so it's May. We've got sports going on. Kind of, it really is a good time. If you're a sports person right now, this is a great time. We just got done with the draft. The only time I'll cheer for a team from Colorado, the Nuggets wipe out LeBron, Whiny James, and
gentleman's sweep, right? They let him win one.
It was more of a graceful thing. Yes,
right?
It was like, and I think if they probably could have won that game. Honestly,
I think they could have as well. And they actually set a record against LA, because that was the most consecutive losses LA has had in the postseason ever to a team. Going back to last year to this year, they lost, I think it was a total 7 in a row. Plus, actually, if you go into the regular season, I think it was a total of 12 in a row to Denver. So Denver's definitely got their number. Jokic is a man on a mission. It's just their team and how they work is incredible. There's no ego there, and it's really fun to watch them play, and especially when they're beating the Lakers. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, whenever anybody beats the Lakers, I am for whoever, except if it's Oklahoma City, and then I'd like Oklahoma City and the Lakers to both lose. But the interesting thing, you talked about Jokic, and you talked about, I think if I am going to go pro at some point, it will be playing in Denver, because Jokic looks kind of like me. And I mean, a larger gentleman that kind of lumbers down, and then your quarterback Bo Nix is kind of like my age range. I mean, you've done it there in Denver.
We like the older guys in the draft this year. We got Bo Nix. You got the receiver from Utah that's even older than Bo. But we're actually really happy here in Denver to get Bo. We'll see how it plays out. But he's Sean Payton's guy, and that's where he's tied his legacy to here in Denver is to Bo Nix. So let's see what they do, right?
And you give a certain amount of grace to Sean Payton, and I like Sean as a coach. I loved him in New Orleans when he had Drew Brees. But you have to understand, and I was old enough to be around. Drew Brees was at Purdue.
Yes, he was.
And he was a second round pick. So it wasn't, now he was the first player taken in the second round, but it was not by New Orleans. It was by at that time, the San Diego Chargers, now just the Los Angeles Chargers. But he was a second round guy. He was an injured guy.
Yeah, he had shoulder issues.
Yeah. So
still does, actually.
Oh, still, I'm sure does. I'm sure now he wakes up in the morning and goes, "Oh yeah, thankful for all that money I got." But but you think about this. Brees did not have what Bo Nix has, and I love talking about sports with you about this, because we both played, and Brees came into New Orleans really kind of with a lot of less expectations.
Yeah, he did.
Bo Nix, of course, originally went to Auburn. Played 8 seasons in Auburn, and then went to Oregon, had 2 more years of eligibility. He's played 10 seasons already. He and Aaron Rodgers look like they're about the same age.
Most games ever played by a college quarterback, Bo Nix. It
was over 60, wasn't it?
But it's all about the longevity, and that's the reason why he's got all those records, right? And hey, we'll take it. He's a coach on the field, so.
Sure.
About the same age. It's okay.
But here's the thing, and if he succeeds anywhere, it's there.
Yeah.
Now, the expectations of being a first round pick, that's pretty scary to put on a guy like Bo. And I like Bo. Don't get me wrong. I like to tease him. I liked him less when he played against University of Washington, which hey, for all my friends in Atlanta, I think Michael Penix is going to be a great quarterback, but you already had a guy in Kirk Cousins who you paid $160 million to. By the way, Kirk Cousins probably is one of the most smart business people in football. You realize that he is now coming up to not quite two, but coming up to the amount of money that Tom Brady made in the league.
It's the truth.
Tell me what Kirk Cousins, and again, I like Kirk, and Nebraska Cornhusker guy. I love Kurt, but he is not Tom Brady. There's nothing about him that looks like Tom Brady.
He's not. But Kirk didn't play for the Cornhuskers.
He did.
Did he?
Wasn't he?
No. No, Kirk didn't. I'm gonna. Who in the heck was it?
Alexa? Who did Kirk Cousins play college football for? She's thinking.
See, I am drawing a blank. I know who it is too, and
Michigan State. Okay, you were right.
Yeah, see, right on the tip of my tongue, and that's up by you now. See, but no, Kirk was fantastic. You know, the really cool piece about Kirk off the field is his faith. How much of a godly man Kirk is, and so that is.
She's over here still talking. She's telling me things about Kirk Cousins I didn't want to know. Michigan State. Oh, I thought he was a Cornhusker.
No, that's what I said. I knew it wasn't the Cornhuskers, but I didn't think it was Michigan State off the top of my head, which I should have known that. But it is what it is. The draft. When we talk about the draft, I can remember early on in my life, my dad and myself watching the draft. That was one of our things that we did ever since I was 5-6 years old. I remember being a Denver Broncos fan, being in Colorado. When they drafted Steve Atwater, I was 6 years old. Just to let you know.
Gosh. Yeah.
And we were wondering who in the heck is this guy from Arkansas coming to play, and we wanted Louis Oliver, cornerback from that ended up going to Miami Dolphins.
Yep.
And we got him, and now look, he's a Hall of Famer. So
yeah, Steve still hears Steve Largent's footsteps though in his dreams late at night. There are times where Steve Atwater goes, Largent. And if you don't know, go look up Steve Largent's hit on Steve Atwater. He decleated him, and if you don't know what decleated means, it means all you saw were his cleats in the air as he.
Hey, do you still remember the hit heard around the world about the Nigerian Nightmare, Christian Okoye, when Steve Atwater hit him? That was a big one, right?
Amazing stuff. There's
hey, we're talking about sports. We can go down that path for a very long time, right?
We can do this all day, but here's the thing. Talking about Nebraska, and maybe this is what made me think of this, coming up in just a couple of weeks, a great event. Both Jason and I are going to be there. It's the Ignite Conference. And it's a wonderful, wonderful couple of days. Going to be some really amazing speakers. We'd love for you to be there with us. Come hang out in Omaha, Nebraska. You're not going to get that offer very often to hang out in Omaha, Nebraska. So come hang out with us.
It's actually in Council Bluffs, which is right across the bridge. So Omaha, Council Bluffs. It's just Rob, it's an amazing event. I know this is your first year. This is my second year going. The Ignite Christian Business Conference. The speakers are incredible. We have Dr. Lance Wall now. We have Hank and Brenda Kuhneman. We have Gary Kesey. There's some amazing speakers. God's going to be present, talking about business with a bunch of business owners, and man, it is just really, really cool. May 16th and 17th.
May 16th, 17th, come hang out, be a part of this great event. We want to see you there. It's my first. I'm excited to be able to go and see what this is all about. Hear a lot of the talk that is happening. Of course, Lance, you gotta love Lance, man. He's gonna fire everybody up. It's gonna be amazing.
And Craig and Desiree Bouye, they're the ones who put this all on. They're the founders of Ignite Christian Business. Their hearts for God is, as they were on our show just a few weeks ago. They just an incredible couple, the amazing people in how in their walk with God and their business faith. So.
Oh, completely. And if I were smarter, I'd have had the code up, but I didn't. Maybe near the end of the show we can talk about that again. Hey, listen. Want to talk about it's time for us bring in our guests for today, and I'm going to let you introduce him. I'm going to pop Mark in here,
Yeah.
and there
Yeah.
he is. Mark's
Hey,
here
Mark.
with us,
Hey, Pastor. How you doing, sir? Oh, we
and
got
he
some
has
kind of meeting
no
going on
audio.
there. No audio going, but just a little quick introduction about Mark Soursby. Pastor Mark has a book called Forgiving the Nightmare, and we've talked about business these last few weeks. We want to bring in Mark today and talk about his journey and what he's done and everything that he's built out with this. So, Pastor, let's you get your audio working? No, we
Nope.
still no audio yet. Technical
Okay.
difficulties.
Uh,
It's the fun part of live TV, right?
yes. Oh, wow. And I don't know how to help him. And that's always interesting. So we take him off for just a moment. And going back to the conference really quick
Sure.
while we're doing that, we're just a couple weeks away. Actually, it's 15 days from today,
It is.
and we're super excited about it. It's going to be a great time. You talk for a minute. Let me see if I can pull up
Yeah, not
the
a problem. Yeah, when
QR
it comes to
code.
Craig and Desiree, they're calling they have a company called XR Gifts, which is a like a promotional company that does product branding, different things for like mugs, coffee, shirts, all of these different things. And Craig had a calling from God to really build out a marketplace for businesses within this, and that's where he started the Ignite conference. That was 4 years ago, during COVID when that happened, and so now this is the fourth year of the event, and it's growing tremendously. And eventually, these will be events that are actually all around the country. And so it's just really, really cool to see how God's been working with them. And you can always, right there is their QR code. Check it out. They do have their podcast rolling with some guest speakers. Actually, I think this week's speakers are you and Kristen, right, Rob? Oh, I think Rob froze on us. So yeah, Rob and Kristen are the speakers on this week's event, and so you can hear them at when we were at the NRB, the National Religious Broadcasters Convention. They actually recorded the podcast with Craig and Desiree out there, and so this week when you look at their website, you can jump on their YouTube channel and go over all of that stuff. And so it's really cool what Craig and Desiree are building out. And the guests, like I said before, the guests that are there, they're going to bring the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit will be present. There's going to be hundreds of people at the event at the Mid America Center, May 16th and 17th. So can't wait to see you all there. We'd love to shake your hands, talk with you, pray over you, and just get you going. If you have any interest in either starting a business, if you have a business, if you're growing a business, if you know people in business, or if you just want to hear some powerful sermons, it's the place to be. It's just amazing. So apparently we are having some multiple technical difficulties today, just trying to get everything going. So it's just the way tech world works. It kind of happens. But as we go about the conference and get ready for that and prepare that, we'll definitely be promoting some more things within that. So you'll hear us talking some more. And we're working on our next guest next week and building that out. And I can't wait to chat with him on that because he's going to be probably at the event as well. We have, again, big name speakers. So as we go about and trying to figure this out, today's guest is Mark Soursby. Let me get a little brief bio about Mark as we try to work this out. So Mark is a pastor, husband, and father. He's been married to his wonderful wife, Jennifer, for 19 years and is a father of 4 children. He's an ordained minister with the Assembly of God for over 25 years and is currently the pastor of Calvary Community Church in Dudley, Massachusetts. Pastor Mark holds a BA in theology from Zion Bible College, North Point Bible College. And he is a speaker, author, incredible guy that I can't wait to talk with and see how we can work through his stuff. Rob, you're back. You froze on me.
I froze. And the bad part is Mark's gone too.
Oh no. Okay.
I have no idea where he went. So yeah.
So it looks like train wreck Wednesday today. It's okay. This
where
is
did he? Yeah.
live TV, right?
Golly. Yes. So, hey, how about those? Hey, listen, let's talk about this really quick while he may come
Sure.
back. By the way, what are you doing? Are you doing anything this summer? You going on vacation, doing anything like that?
Yeah, we're actually planning on a few. We're trying to pick the destinations now. I know my parents live out in Arizona. We'll probably end up heading to visit them. We're thinking of actually heading out towards the East Coast, maybe Tennessee or so, just to have a little family getaway vacation. A lot of travel. That's the change in my life in terms of moving everything over here, being able to spend more time with the family. As we talk about Thrive, Rob, that is a big part of that, right? Being able to
Definitely.
thrive in life and making sure that we're having a life work balance, not a work life balance.
Yes, and I think a lot of people really struggle with that. I know as Chris and I were talking about this the other day,
Mhm.
and both of us own our own businesses, and we were talking about life and even life prior to being married because we've been married now, going on almost 3 years,
Mhm.
and how we just worked. I mean, that was all we did prior to both of us. It was our first time being married, so um we worked, and you
Mhm.
worked a lot, and you did a lot of that kind of stuff, and to balance life now to where you say, no, I'm not going to do this, is really difficult. And that is the tough part. And let's try Mark one more time,
Okay.
because that's what we do here on
Yes.
this live broadcast. We're going to try Mark one more time. Let's see if he has. Oops, there we go. Hey, Mark. Mark does not have audio.
Nope. Still no audio.
No audio.
Well, we can do charades.
Yes, and we're not going to. And so I don't know what's going on with Mark. Don't know what is happening there. Maybe we need to have Mark on in another edition of the show. This is where you wish you had like several cast members of the show who you could call upon during technical issues. My guess for Mark is, and I don't think he can hear us, but he's probably going to have to reboot his computer because it.
Mhm.
My guess is his audio um connecting to his video, and that just happens.
It
That's kind
does.
of
Again, tech difficulties, right?
it does. Hey, let's talk about a couple things while we got
Sure.
a little time. One of those things is something that's really dear to your heart, and I had a great time yesterday. And I'm going to tell you this: if you're a business person, you need to come hang out with Jason and his group on Tuesdays.
Yes.
It's like speed dating for business people. Now, we don't want you to date if you're married. This is not speed dating
It's
per
just the
se.
idea of it. Yes.
It's
Yeah.
the concept of speed dating.
It's incredible. Yeah. Through the community, the profitable Christian business owner community. Rob will throw that up at some point, getting there because we're kind of piecing this together. But every Tuesday and Thursday, we have connect calls, which are networking calls. If you're trying to grow your business, that's what we do in helping Christian business owners grow their business. So the Tuesday one, it's actually really fun. We just started that one about a month and a half ago. It's super, super fun. And there's a lot of laughs because people are bouncing in and out of rooms talking. It's a 3 or 4 minute session where you're just chatting with each other. Even if you don't have a business, but you have ideas on businesses, come in there and talk because it's just really cool to be a part of the community. It's kind of our church during the week that we deal with. We deal with small groups. This is our small group that we deal with during the weeks, during the days. Tuesday is the Speed Dating Network. The Thursday is our normal Entrepreneur Connect call, and you're more than welcome to come and check it out. See if it's about you. And so this is the community. You come join this community. It is a free community to come join, learn some things through there. Talk with other business owners. Even if you're, like I said, even if you're not a business owner, but you love God, which I think that's why we're on this call,
Yep.
right? We're trying to lift up God. Come on there, come check out the group. It doesn't have to be a business owner. And so that's some of the questions I get with a lot of people that want to join it is, well, I don't have a business. No, but you have some business ideas, maybe, and maybe there's some things that that you can help out somebody else with. It's all about supporting and lifting each other up. So even if you want to help support Christian businesses, this is a community for you to join. And this is any information that we have with Abundant TV, that we have with the Ignite conference, anything that we have, it's all being posted throughout here as well. This is a community that actually, this is where me and Rob had met initially, and so
Mhm.
that's a pretty fun story too. That was about a little over a year ago that me and Rob met. Oop, you're freezing us. Nope, you're there, Rob. Okay, we're good. No more technical difficulties. Oh no, he did freeze. So yeah, me and Rob actually met through the group in outreach, and that group has actually changed my life. Building that out, I built that out about a year and a half ago. We have thousands of people in the group, and that's actually what got me out to the NRB this past year for the National Religious Broadcasters meeting to meet Christian business owners and entrepreneurs and have a sit down chat with Rob. So the group itself is incredible. So I highly recommend you check it out. Rob, you froze on us again. We got to work on that internet. I know they were out there working on it. They've been doing a bunch of stuff out at your place. So
Out in our area, yes, not at our
mhm.
house per se, but just in
Yeah,
our
at the
area.
business. Yeah. And so, hey, we need to get you Starlink?
We need something. We do. I saw as I was as I was leaving, I saw Mark jump in. We'll probably have to reschedule Mark at a later time because we are already at 22 minutes after. Hey, I want to talk a little bit more about the cool thing that you talked about is connecting with other godly men.
Yes.
It has been and women, and it's been an amazing time for me with the time I spend with you guys. And
Hmm.
it's so encouraging. Yesterday was super encouraging. It was a frustrating day. And it was long
Hmm.
day for me at that point. And 4 o'clock, by the way, it's 4 o'clock Eastern time is when they are. And by that point, I'd had a frustrating day. And it was just it was wonderful to have all these different men and women so into me on that day and how excited they were. And it revitalized me for the day.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. It's so fun within that one. And that's not even including, the stuff we do in our Friday morning groups through the Ignite conference. We have multiple groups through that. So again, just being in community with other, fellow Christians, men, women, whatever that looks like for you, whatever you're needing in your stage of life, in that season of life, it's just, get connected, yeah, and reach out to us, and we'll point you in the right directions. That's just,
Yep.
it's been really cool. I never considered myself a pastor or anything like that, but it's kind of coming around to where that's kind of being a piece of it, right, Rob?
Oh, definitely.
Hmm.
Jason does a great job. And that's something we didn't talk about, and that's Ignite groups.
Hmm.
Jason and I are part of an Ignite group together. Jason invited me. I didn't know what Ignite group was, didn't have any clue what an Ignite group was. And I will tell you this, and this is something, and if you're a business person and you're watching this on your Wednesday, you spend so much of your life in meetings.
Hmm.
Um, and I mean, that's all I do. Literally, I email people and I spend time in meetings.
Hmm.
And you go, "Ah, I just really don't want to spend part of my free time in a meeting." And I was very reticent when Jason and I first talked. He's like, "Hey man, I want to invite you to this." And I'm like, "Oh," and my wife will tell you. I was like, "Oh, I really like Jason. He's a cool dude, so I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do it for like a couple of weeks, and then I'm gonna just like disappear on him." Because I just really I don't, and it became
and,
such a
and he,
passion.
he couldn't disappear from me.
Nope.
I found him.
He kept finding me, and it was such a passion for me,
Mhm.
because you really do. You run so um
Well, as an entrepreneur, it can be a lonely experience, really, because you are so busy. You meet a lot of people, but there's not that connection. And so these groups that we're part of with Ignite, with the Christian business community, you're actually speaking to other people that are in the same position as you, whether they're large business owners, just starting out, whatever that is. And so you get to share in those experiences. You're not alone in what you do. You do have people that you can lean on, that you can talk to, that you can just have community with. And whether that's talking about business or talking about life, it's just a really cool experience to see these other people experiencing the same things as you. And so and also there's a lot of mentorship in there, and coaching, and pastoring. As a business owner, a lot of the people that you're going to be communicating with, that you're talking with, are where you want to be. And so I love talking to those people, because it's going to put you where you want to be, whether it's business, whether it's life, any of that stuff. Just being able to have a mentor. Mentorship is huge in life. That's what's transformed my life. That's what's helped me along my journey in every step of the process. One of the Thrive shows, I'm sure I'll get into my testimony, and kind of tell you guys about that. It's been a crazy journey in my life, all the way back from growing up, and growing up in a very blue collar area neighborhood, to where I'm at now. It's just been an incredible experience. And there's some rough patches, and there's rough patches in each of our lives. um, we just have to go through the peaks and valleys of that, and as long as we know God's next to us, nobody can be against us, and it's always for the good. So knowing now what I know, everything that I've went through, I would go through again, to be where I'm at, to have that relationship with the Lord. It's just an incredible experience with that. Knowing the marriage that I'm in, me and my wife have been married for 8 years now. It never would have thought that earlier in my life, when I had other plans and other dreams and everything like that. But my wife leads a lot of women's ministries and stuff. So it's been just really cool to see how God's worked in our lives, Rob. Another error, another freeze, and you left. You throw me to the wolves, Rob.
I think we should call this one. I think this is like
finish it up. Yeah,
let's just hey, listen, if you guys have
ahead.
Yes, if you have a prayer request or anything like that, Jason, I'd love to pray with you. You know what? The funny part about this is the show's called Thrive. Sometimes you have to thrive in the middle of chaos. And I have no idea why. And now I think what it is, I think it's my computer. I don't think it was anything to do with the internet. It just, my computer tried to force update while we were there. And it was, yeah.
Pastor Mark said to pray for him. So we will definitely be praying for him.
Yes. Pray for us as we try to do this. You know what though? Now I'm like mad. Now I want to like do another show. Like I want to come back in like 2 minutes and do something else. But I appreciate everybody. You know what? Even in the midst of all the darkness that happens, we want you to go.